Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. So, Jay, yesterday, a number of YouTubers, most notably Blue Blood Sports TV, as well as Showbiz the Adult, supposedly had breaking news. Shakur Stevenson hand broken prior to going into the fight. Doctors suggested to him that he shouldn't even go into the fight. And I don't know if this is coming directly from Shakur Stevenson and or his camp. I do know that Shakur Stevenson did tweet something in regards to one-handed bandit or something like that. And he's been constantly on Twitter trying to defend his position and his performance. So I have a funny feeling that this is coming from him. And we also saw that Top Rank also mentioned that Shakur Stevenson was not 100% to some media outlets. And it's interesting, Jay, because it's all BS. And Shakur tweeted something. This was maybe 3 or 4 days ago. And I responded to his tweet basically saying that sometimes it's just better not to say anything. Chalk it up to an experience. You're still a young fighter. You will learn from it and move on. But continuing to talk about it just makes it a whole lot worse. Specifically when it's not true, Jay. And so I don't know where these guys are getting this mess from, but clearly there's folks that have not heard some of this audio. So, Jay, I'm going to actually play a short that we did. I did it last night because I just put it in short form because I didn't really think it was worth doing an entire video on because it was so obvious that Shakur Stevenson is capping. So, Jay, let me just play this really quickly for the people so they can hear this audio from Shakur Stevenson, as well as the ESPN announcer team. I mean, this is absurd.
Walling Moses, and I asked him about Shakur's left hand if it was okay, and he said, yes, it's okay. I actually want him to throw it more, so the offense is coming.
Yeah, but the problem is if he throws it, you're exposed. You know, if you miss, you get yourself out of position when you shoot the right cross or the left hand, the backhand. Because again, he doesn't feel safe throwing that backhand because it'll put him out there.
Stop going straight back, okay? All right, now start throwing some combinations and throw some of them straight left hands under and out, all right? First you gotta trust it.
Y'all act like I was being scary. He was being scared in the motherfucker too.
Y'all act like I was being scary. He was being scared in the motherfucker too. Scared in the motherfucker too.
Walling Moses, and I asked him about Shakur.
All right, Jay. So that was the commentators from ESPN. That was the corner of Shakur Stevenson talking to his trainer. And that was Shakur Stevenson after the fight. Okay, so they, being ESPN, asked the trainer specifically, was there something going on with his left hand? He said no. He wanted him to throw the punch more and more offense is coming, which it never did. Then you had Tim Bradley talking about it put him in danger. It would put him in danger to throw that straight left hand. It was put him in a compromising position. Sound very similar to what I said right after the fight. Right after the fight, I dropped the video and I said there was a reason why he wasn't throwing that left hand. It was going to put him in a compromising position. So then you heard Shakur Stevenson after the fight. And I tell people all the time, all you got to do is listen to people. They'll tell you the truth. Y'all act like I was scared. He was scared too. Two implies as well. As well means in addition to. So in addition to me, I was scared and he was also scared. So there was nothing wrong with Shakur Stevenson. Absolutely not. I don't know where Showbiz the Adult is getting this information. I don't know where Blue Blood is getting this information. I did not listen to their, in full disclosure, I did not listen to their videos in detail, right? But I did see the first parts of the video and the first few seconds of the video and the title of the video. And it makes absolutely no sense to me where they're getting this information from. Shakur Stevenson wasn't hurt. His trainer said he wasn't hurt. You could hear them in between rounds. I actually mentioned something to that effect at the beginning, after the fight, during the video that I did, that I could hear what they were saying during the, I think it was between the 9th and the 10th or the 10th and 11th round, something like that. There was nothing that would suggest based off of their exchange that he had any injury going into that fight. There was nothing before the fight that would suggest that based off of how he spoke. And a lot of people were going to say, oh, he was speaking like that to sell the fight. Sell the fight to who? It's not pay-per-view, right? Who's he selling it to? So that fight was going to do what it was going to do. So at the end of the day, you know, Shakur should have just ate that, man. It's an L for you in terms of your entertainment value. Eat it. You got the title. You did what you needed to do to win. I ain't mad at that. Move on and just promise to be better in your next performance. But instead, you continue to try to defend the performance. It's just bad, Jay. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, man. It's just the fact that, because I didn't hear that part because I kind of dozed off during the fight, I'll be honest. So I didn't hear that. But now they're listening to, Tim, and Tim is going to defend top-ranked fighters to the end of the world. And the fact that for him to say that, oh, he's not throwing out that fan because he's going to leave himself open, that opens a whole nother can of worms right there. Also, a tweet that Shakur put out there on the 17th of this month, he said, don't forget this the same thing happened at 130. What same thing happened at 130? You lost your what you gonna lose your belt on the scale? That's what happened at 130.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
But I mean, him saying this here now, if he went against doctor's orders, that's not a good idea. That was stupid. If he was actually injured and he went against doctor's orders, that's compromising himself and compromising the legitimacy of this fight. And, it's a lot of ramifications he can deal with by going against doctor's orders, So that's not a good look. So I don't think he was really hurt in that aspect. He have to come out with it, because when we've seen people hurt before, they actually don't fight. They push the fight back. Jermell Charlo, he broke his hand. He even proved it, showed X-rays and everything. He didn't fight Tim Tszyu because of that. Tim Tszyu pulled out because he was injured at one point. Multiple fights have pulled out of fights because of their injury. They didn't continue, because something like that, you're not going to fight with just one arm, And then in the corner, they weren't telling him to use his right hand or do anything, alternative ways of fighting. They're telling him actually use the left hand, that injured left hand. So why would they continue to tell him to use the hand that's so injured that much without any reservation, saying like, be cautious or do it this way? Nah, they're like, throw it, So I mean, I don't believe he was hurt. I think he was cautious because of the power that was coming back to him, and we've seen him do this before in other fights against fighters that have power. We see him get really reserved, really cautious, and he even said it, like you said, he's like, I wasn't the only one scared. He was scared too, so he admitted that he was scared in this. He didn't want to take. It's okay. It's the hurt game. I wouldn't want to be I'm not trying to get punched either, especially I know someone I can crack. So just take it on the head, deal with it, be like, okay, yeah, I didn't have my best performance, but I got the belt. That's all that matters. So coming forward, I'm gonna show y'all what I can do. I'm gonna show y'all my full tool, my full bag. But he didn't do that. He did the exact opposite. So I can't. Shakur's a very talented fighter, and this type of stuff frustrates me with him because he's such a talented fighter. I want to see him be great. I want to see him against the best. But doing this stuff here and these type of shenanigans and everything, I can't get down with it.
Yeah, I mean, we've known when they've been hurt in the ring, specifically their hands, you could tell. And you hear it in the commentary, in the exchanges in the corner. We didn't hear any exchange like that. And he's gone so far as to post a message to his girlfriend, I don't feel too good. Well, as though that's supposed to excuse something. Like, okay.
And what does that mean? What, his tummy hurt? That's why he don't feel good?
It could mean anything. And a lot of fighters go into the ring not 100%, man. Most fighters go into the ring not 100%. That doesn't mean you have a hand injury. So, man, chalk it up. You're a young fighter, 26 years old. Chalk it up to a learning experience. You say that people boo Floyd. Okay. So then it's okay that if people can boo Floyd, then they can boo you, right? So let it be that. Yeah. And let it be that, dog, and move on from it, dog. But we know Floyd has some electric performances as well in and around that weight class and around his age. Does Diego Corrales sound familiar? Angel Manfredi
wasn't getting booed. He wasn't getting booed at that age.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, just do better, bro. You guys tell us what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to hate, like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Angry Man Podcast at AM Sports Media, and we are